Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm Emily, and today we're diving into a topic that's relevant to all of us: time management. With everything going on in our lives, it can be so easy to feel like there's never enough time in the day.
Absolutely, Emily. Between work, school, social commitments, and personal goals, it can feel like juggling a million things at once. The key to staying on top of it all, mastering the art of time management. And that's what we'll be talking about today.
That's right. In this episode, we're going to explore strategies that can help us organize our time better, reduce stress, and ultimately be more productive. So, whether you're trying to balance your job, studies, or personal life, these tips will make a big difference.
Time management isn't just about squeezing more tasks into your day, it's about prioritizing what matters most and being intentional with how you spend your time. We're going to break it all down, starting with understanding your goals and setting priorities.
So, let's start with the basics. One of the first steps in mastering time management is understanding your goals. What do you want to achieve, both in the short and long term? Having a clear idea of what you want to accomplish helps guide your decisions on how to use your time.
Right, and once you've identified your goals, it's crucial to prioritize them. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are more urgent or important than others, so it's essential to focus on what will move you closer to your goals. A simple technique for this is the Eisenhower matrix, where you categorize tasks into 4 quadrants: urgent and important, not urgent but important, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important.
That's a great point, David. And once you've got your priorities set, the next step is scheduling. Planning your day or week in advance helps ensure that you're not scrambling last minute. Use tools like calendars or task management apps to map out your time and block off periods for deep work, meetings, or relaxation.
Absolutely. And while scheduling is important, it's equally essential to build in some flexibility. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's okay. The key is being adaptable and not getting stressed out when unexpected things come up. If you have some buffer time, it helps keep you from feeling overwhelmed.
I couldn't agree more. And speaking of adaptability, it's also crucial to learn how to say no. We often feel pressure to take on more responsibilities, but sometimes we have to recognize when we're stretched too thin. Saying no to things that don't align with your goals or values is a key part of managing your time effectively.
Yes. Saying no doesn't mean you're being selfish. It's about preserving your energy for the things that matter most. And related to that is learning how to delegate. If there are tasks that someone else can handle, don't hesitate to pass them on. Delegating helps free up your time to focus on higher priority tasks.
Exactly. And another tip that ties into time management is maintaining balance. It's easy to get caught up in work and feel like you need to be constantly productive. But taking regular breaks is just as important. It's been shown that short breaks throughout the day can actually increase productivity and creativity.
For sure. And it's also important to make time for rest and relaxation, whether that's through hobbies, exercise, or spending time with loved ones. It's all about creating a healthy work-life balance. After all, we can't perform our best if we're constantly running on empty.
That's so true. And finally, tracking your time can be a game changer. Try tracking how you spend your time for a week to see where it goes. You might be surprised at how much time you spend on things that aren't contributing to your goals. By becoming more aware of where your time goes, you can make adjustments to stay on track.
Absolutely. Time tracking doesn't have to be complicated. There are plenty of apps and tools that can help. The key is being honest with yourself about how you're spending your time and making intentional changes if needed.
Another helpful tool for time management is the Pomodoro technique. It's a simple method where you break your work into 25-minute, focused intervals, followed by a short break. This helps maintain focus and keeps you from feeling burnt out, especially if you're working on tasks that require a lot of concentration.
I love the Pomodoro technique. It helps me stay productive without feeling overwhelmed. And speaking of staying productive, one thing that people often overlook is minimizing distractions. Whether it's your phone, social media, or noisy environments, being able to eliminate distractions makes a world of difference.
Absolutely, David. In fact, one of the most common distractions is our own minds. Sometimes we're so focused on worrying about what's coming next or stressing over tasks that we're not fully present. Mindfulness and focusing on the task at hand can significantly improve your productivity.
Yes, and creating a dedicated workspace is another big one. If you work from home or in a shared space, having a specific area where you only focus on work can mentally prepare you to be productive. It helps your brain associate that space with focus and work rather than relaxation or distractions.
Definitely, it's all about creating an environment that supports your time management habits. And something else that can help is batch processing tasks. If you have similar tasks, like responding to emails or making phone calls, try grouping them together and doing them all at once instead of spreading them throughout the day.
Great advice, Emily. That's a fantastic way to reduce the mental load and make your day more efficient. And along those lines, don't forget the power of saying no again. Sometimes it's easy to fill your schedule with meetings or tasks that might seem important in the moment but don't align with your bigger goals.
Exactly, and it's okay to reassess your goals and priorities regularly. Life changes, and so do your responsibilities and what's important to you. Being flexible and reassessing where your time is best spent will help you continue to move forward effectively.
That's such a great point. Time management is a constant evolution. What works for you today may need to be adjusted tomorrow. And finally, remember that no one is perfect at managing time all the time. Be patient with yourself and learn from what works and what doesn't.
And that brings us to the importance of self-reflection. Taking a few minutes at the end of each day or week to reflect on how you've spent your time can give you valuable insights. You can identify patterns or habits that either help or hinder your productivity. This reflection allows you to fine-tune your time management strategies.
Absolutely, Emily. Another aspect of time management that often gets overlooked is energy management. It's not just about how many tasks you can fit into your day, but also about when you are most energetic. Some people are naturally morning people, while others may feel more productive in the afternoon or evening. Understanding your energy cycles and scheduling tasks accordingly can make a huge difference.
That's a great point, David. When you work with your natural rhythm, you're more likely to produce higher quality work in less time. For example, if you know you're sharpest in the mornings, tackle your most challenging tasks then. And leave the more routine tasks for when you're feeling a bit more fatigued.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the importance of rest. If you're constantly burning the candle at both ends, your productivity is bound to suffer. Getting enough sleep and taking breaks throughout the day are crucial for maintaining both mental clarity and physical health.
Right, David. And even though we're talking about time management, it's important to give yourself permission to relax and recharge. Whether it's taking a walk, reading a book, or just having a coffee break, these moments of rest help you maintain focus and sustain your productivity in the long run.
One last thing I'd add is the importance of finding tools that work for you. There's no shortage of apps and systems out there, whether it's a to-do list, a calendar, or a task management app. The key is finding one that fits your style and makes it easier for you to stay on track.
I couldn't agree more. Time management isn't one size fits all. It's about finding what strategies and tools make you feel the most organized and productive. Everyone's journey with time management is different, but with the right approach, you can make the most of each day.
Absolutely. And while we're talking about tools, it's also essential to prioritize tasks effectively. One method that has worked for me is the Eisenhower matrix. It helps you categorize tasks based on urgency and importance, so you're not just reacting to what's in front of you, but actively deciding what deserves your time.
That's a fantastic technique. I've heard of it, but I haven't used it consistently. The idea of sorting tasks into urgent and important, or important but not urgent, really helps you focus on what moves you closer to your goals, rather than just putting out fires all day.
Exactly. And one of the keys to this method is learning to say no when necessary. It's easy to overcommit, but if you don't prioritize your time properly, you'll end up exhausted and unproductive. Saying no can be a powerful tool for ensuring that you have time for what truly matters.
I think that's one of the hardest parts for a lot of people. We want to help others or take on new opportunities, but if we don't have the time or energy for it, it can end up taking away from our own progress. It's about protecting your time, and sometimes that means turning down certain requests.
Absolutely. Setting boundaries is key. And I also think it's worth mentioning that time management isn't always about being productive every minute. Sometimes it's about being efficient in how you use your time. knowing when to step back, and allowing yourself downtime. Those moments of relaxation actually contribute to your productivity in the long term.
That's such an important point. When we give ourselves the space to relax and recharge, we can return to our tasks with more energy and focus. It's all about balance. If you push yourself too hard without rest, burnout is inevitable, and then you're not being productive at all.
So true. And this is where flexibility comes in. Life is unpredictable, and things don't always go as planned. Having a flexible mindset and being able to adjust your schedule when unexpected things arise can make all the difference. Flexibility helps you stay calm under pressure and adapt to whatever challenges come your way.
I think people often forget that flexibility is just as important as structure when it comes to managing time effectively. Sometimes, unexpected events can be an opportunity for growth or learning, but only if we approach them with an open mind instead of a rigid, "This was not in the plan" attitude.
That's a great point, Emily. It's all about perspective. If we view challenges as learning experiences, they become less stressful, and we can make better decisions in the moment. Time management isn't just about getting through tasks. It's about managing how we respond to the demands of life in a healthy, balanced way.
Absolutely, and that's why time management should be viewed as an ongoing process, not something you just figure out once and then forget about. It's something you continuously refine as you grow and as your priorities shift.
Right. As life changes, so do our goals and the ways we need to manage our time. This is why regularly reassessing your time management strategy is important. It keeps you from falling into a routine that might not be serving you anymore. And it also helps you spot any areas where you might be wasting time or not using your energy efficiently.
Exactly, David. And I think a key to that reassessment is reflecting on how you've been spending your time. Taking just a few minutes each week to evaluate what went well and what didn't can give you valuable insights. Maybe you're spending too much time on tasks that aren't aligned with your bigger goals, or perhaps you're not setting enough time aside for personal growth and self-care.
Absolutely. Reflection is the mirror that shows us what's really going on. And when you notice that something isn't working, it's important to be kind to yourself. Don't just see it as failure, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Time management is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice and patience to get better.
That's such a great point. And I think another helpful practice is setting both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals give you immediate direction and a sense of accomplishment, while long-term goals keep you focused on the bigger picture. Having a clear vision of where you want to be in 6 months or a year can really help you stay on track when the day-to-day gets overwhelming.
Agreed. And breaking down those long-term goals into actionable steps is crucial. Sometimes the bigger picture can feel intimidating, but when you break it down into smaller tasks, it becomes much more manageable. You can celebrate those small wins as they come, and each step will bring you closer to that long-term vision.
And I think people often forget that goals should be flexible too. You may set a goal and then realize along the way that your priorities have shifted, or you've learned something that changes your approach. Don't be afraid to adjust your goals as you go. Flexibility is just as important in goal setting as it is in time management.
Exactly. Flexibility keeps you from feeling trapped by your own expectations. It allows you to pivot when necessary, and that's a key part of staying resilient. Life is unpredictable, and so are our goals. The more we embrace that uncertainty, the better we can manage our time and energy to reach success, even if the path looks different than we originally imagined.
Well, David, this has been such an insightful discussion. Time management and goal setting are such important aspects of achieving personal growth and success. I think we've covered a lot of valuable strategies that can help anyone looking to better manage their time and stay focused on their goals.
Absolutely, Emily. It's all about being intentional with how we spend our time and being adaptable when things don't go as planned. The journey might not always be straightforward, but with the right tools and mindset, we can navigate through it and make steady progress.
I couldn't agree more. And remember, it's all about consistency, reflection, and flexibility. Small changes can lead to big results over time. So don't be too hard on yourself and keep learning along the way.
Exactly. We hope you found these tips helpful. Time management and goal setting are ongoing practices, and we're sure that with the right approach, you'll continue to improve and succeed. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you so much for listening. We hope you're inspired to take action on your goals today, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.